Hello children, hope you all are good and fine. So again, welcome back to your English class. So today we'll do chapter 14, that is subject verb agreement, okay, from your grammar book. Children, when the subject and the verb agree to match in number, we call it subject verb agreement, okay. If the subject is in singular, the verb will be in singular, and if the subject is in plural, the verb will be in plural. Now in this table you can see the subjects are all in singular form. Okay, so how the verb in agreement we can use here, that we will see. Suppose I is singular, and with I we always use am. Okay, so I am 8 years old is the verb in agreement. Here subject is my brother, so my brother is singular, so verb in agreement will also be in singular. Is 10 years old, because my brother is singular, so is used here. Again she is also singular, so here we have used was going to school. The sentence is in past tense. I have a sister. He or she is again singular, so we have used here has, a ball. Sita or Joseph, both are singular, so we have taken here has, not come today. Now in the next table you see all the subjects are in plural form, okay, and we'll see what are the verb in agreement here. My friends, here it is plural, so in place of is we have used here are. My friends are all 8 years old. Then again we means plural, so are in the same class. Again we were playing in the park. Were is the past tense of are. Okay, are is present tense and were is past tense. Again they and we both are plural, so we will take here have. In place of has we will take here have a holiday tomorrow. Children, one thing you have to keep in mind, that if the sentence is in present tense, okay, and the subject is singular, we will use is or has. But if the sentence is in present tense but the subject is plural, then we will take are and have. Similarly, if the sentence is in past tense and the subject is singular, we will take was. But if the sentence is in past tense but the subject is plural, then we will take were. Now children, we will see the addition of s after verbs. Okay, so the addition of s after a verb occurs under two conditions. Condition 1, when the subject is singular except I or you. He, she, animal, tree, friend, sky, anything. Then condition number 2, when the verb is in the present tense, then we can use s with the verb, like eat, we can write eats, sleep, sleeps, dance, dances, read, reads. Okay, children, here is a table. Just go through it. I hope you'll understand. See, there are 3 persons in English grammar: first person, second person and third person. Okay. Now we will see the first person singular I or we. Now we will see the first person singular is I, and plural is we. With them we cannot take s with the verb. See, I have put cross. Goes, eats, drinks, we cannot take s with the verb. Okay, I have put cross here. In the second person, you, singular is you and plural is also you. Here also we cannot take s with the verb. Goes, eats, sleeps, it will not go, so I have put cross here. But third person singular, that is he, she, it, friend, cow, plant, man, anything. With the third person singular only we can take s with the verbs. You see, I have put tick here, like he goes or she eats, it drinks, cow sleeps. So with the third person singular only s will go with the verb. Okay, again third person plural is they. With they also s will not go with the verb. I have put cross here. I hope you have understood, children. Now look at these examples, okay? See, singular. The dog chases the cat. In this sentence, the subject is dog, but it is singular. So no S is added with the subject. But the verb is chase, and as the subject is singular, so we have taken S with the verb here, chases. Okay? The dog chases the cat. Now next we'll see the plural example, that is the dogs chase the cat. In this sentence the subject is the dogs. Here dogs is plural, so we have added S with dog. Okay, but S with the dog, as we have added S with the dog with the subject, we will not take S with the verb. So dogs chase the cat. I hope you all have understood. Now children, look at this table. You have to remember one more thing about the agreement between the subject and the verb. That is, sometimes an expression comes between the subject and the verb. In this table you can see one subject is there, one extra expression is there, and one verb is there, isn't it? So this extra expression comes between the subject and the verb. So you do not get confused by such words or expressions, as they do not affect any agreement. See, in the first sentence, the dog who plays with the other pets is mine. Here the subject is the dog, and the extra expression who plays with the other pets, it tells us about the dog, because the dog is singular, so is mine. Verb is mine. We have nothing to do with this extra expression. Okay. In the next sentence, the colors of the rainbow are beautiful. Here the subject is the colors, and the extra expression is of the rainbow. It tells us about the colors only. So as the colors is a plural, so verb we have taken are beautiful. The colors are beautiful. Okay. The children, hope you all have understood. So go through the chapter, the exercises I will be sending you in writing. Okay. Thank you.